Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that every night for the past 3 years, millionaires around the world have been whispering the same 7 words before they sleep? And what if I told you that those 7 words have literally transformed empty bank accounts into overflowing wealth? Tonight, I'm going to share those exact words with you. But first, you need to understand why most people's prayers for money never work. The ancient masters knew something about the relationship between mind, spirit, and material abundance that modern society has completely forgotten. They understood that the universe operates on precise energetic principles. And when you align your consciousness correctly before entering the dream state, you create what they call the golden bridge between your desires and physical reality. But here's what nobody talks about. Timing is everything. Most people approach abundance completely backwards. They pray when they're desperate, they beg when they're broke, and they try to manifest money from a place of fear and scarcity. This is like trying to plant seeds in frozen ground during winter and wondering why nothing grows. The traditional approach to wealth prayers contains 3 fatal flaws that guarantee failure. First, people pray from desperation rather than gratitude. When you're desperate, your energy frequency actually repels abundance rather than attracting it. Second, they focus on what they lack instead of what they're ready to receive. And third, they perform these prayers during the wrong state of consciousness. Your subconscious mind processes over 11 million bits of information per second, but your conscious mind only handles about 40 bits. When you're awake and stressed about money, your conscious mind creates resistance patterns that block the very abundance you're trying to attract. But when you enter the twilight state between waking and sleeping, something magical happens. Stop listening for hours, start reading in minutes. Every morning at 8:00 a.m., our AI-powered digest lands in your inbox with all key insights from your favorite YouTube channels. Receptive to new programming, ancient wisdom keepers called this the threshold state. The golden moment when your mind becomes like fertile soil, ready to receive and nurture the seeds of prosperity. This is why the prayer I'm about to share must be whispered at this exact moment, not during your morning routine or afternoon meditation. The science behind bedtime consciousness programming. Modern neuroscience has proven what ancient masters knew thousands of years ago. The brain operates on different frequencies throughout the day, and the moment before sleep is when we enter what scientists call the theta brainwave state. In this state, your mind becomes incredibly suggestible, almost like you're under hypnosis. This isn't some mystical concept that requires faith to believe. Scientists can now measure these brainwave patterns with precision. And what they've discovered will change how you think about bedtime forever. When you're in theta frequency, which occurs naturally as you drift off to sleep, your brain releases specific neurochemicals that enhance memory consolidation and pattern recognition. This is why people often wake up with solutions to problems they couldn't solve the day before. Your sleeping mind continues processing information and making connections that your waking consciousness missed. Think about the last time you went to bed frustrated about a problem and woke up with a clear solution. That was your theta brain state working exactly as nature designed it. But here's where it gets interesting for manifestation. During the theta state, your brain's default mode network becomes highly active. This network is responsible for self-referential thinking and imagining future scenarios. When you plan specific abundance intentions during this window, your brain literally begins rewiring itself to recognize and attract opportunities that align with those intentions. It's like upgrading your mental software while you sleep, installing new programs that run automatically when you wake up. The reticular activating system, which filters the millions of stimuli you encounter daily, gets reprogrammed during this theta state. Suddenly, you start noticing business opportunities, investment possibilities, and income streams that were always there but invisible to your previous programming. It's not magic, it's neuroscience working in harmony with universal principles. Your brain starts highlighting what matters for your new abundance programming. while filtering out information that doesn't support your prosperity. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that people who practice specific visualization techniques before sleep show measurable changes in their neural pathways within just 21 days. Their brains literally rewired to support new behaviors and recognize new possibilities. This is why the wealthy have used bedtime programming for centuries. They understood intuitively what science now proves. The sleeping mind is incredibly powerful for creating lasting change. What makes this even more fascinating is that during theta state, your critical thinking faculty essentially goes offline. The part of your brain that says this is impossible or I'm not worthy of wealth stops interfering with the programming process. This is why affirmations and visualizations work so much better right before sleep than during your busy day when your logical mind creates resistance. Your brain also produces more growth hormone during deep sleep phases, which doesn't just affect physical growth, but also promotes the formation of new neural connections. When you combine growth hormone production with theta state programming, you're creating optimal conditions for rapid mental transformation. Scientists have found that people who consistently practice bedtime consciousness programming show increased activity in brain regions associated with creativity, problem solving, and pattern recognition. The timing of this practice is crucial because your brain naturally cycles through different states throughout the night. The deepest programming occurs during the transition from waking consciousness to sleep when your theta waves are strongest. Missing this window means missing the most powerful opportunity for subconscious reprogramming that your brain offers naturally every single day. Modern sleep research has also revealed that the quality of thoughts and emotions you experience in the hour before sleep directly impacts your sleep quality, dream content, and next day performance. When you program abundance consciousness during this critical window, you're not just improving your financial prospects, you're enhancing your overall mental health and cognitive function. People who practice bedtime abundance programming report better sleep, more vivid and positive dreams, increased creativity, and enhanced problem-solving abilities in addition to improved financial circumstances. The ancient root of prosperity consciousness. Long before modern psychology discovered the power of the subconscious mind, ancient civilizations understood that consciousness shapes reality. Egyptian pharaohs had priests who would whisper abundance incantations as they entered sleep. Chinese emperors employed court shamans who specialized in dream programming for dynasty wealth. These weren't primitive superstitions, they were sophisticated consciousness technologies developed through thousands of years of experimentation and observation. But the most sophisticated understanding came from the mountain temples where masters spent decades studying the relationship between mind states and material manifestation. They discovered that abundance isn't something you acquire, it's something you become. And the fastest way to become abundant is to program your sleeping mind with abundance consciousness. These masters understood that trying to get rich while maintaining poor consciousness is like trying to fill a bucket with holes in the bottom. These masters understood that your subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between imagination and reality during the dream state. When you vividly experience prosperity in your mind during this threshold moment, your subconscious accepts it as real and begins working to make it manifest in your waking life. This is why wealthy people often say they saw themselves as rich long before they actually became rich. They weren't being arrogant, they were describing a fundamental principle of consciousness. They also knew that the hours between 1000 p.m. and 200 a.m. carry special significance for manifestation work. During this time window, the Earth's electromagnetic field shifts in ways that enhance human consciousness. This is why traditional cultures worldwide have abundance rituals specifically timed to this period. Modern research on circadian rhythms has confirmed that human consciousness is indeed more malleable during these hours when melatonin production peaks and the brain naturally enters deeper states of receptivity. The ancient masters taught that every thought and emotion you experience in the hour before sleep gets amplified and processed throughout the night. Your dreams become workshops where your subconscious mind rehearses new realities and solves problems your conscious mind couldn't handle. When you intentionally program prosperity consciousness during this window, you're essentially giving your dream mind 8 hours to work on attracting abundance. What separated the true masters from ordinary practitioners was their understanding that abundance consciousness isn't about wanting more money. It's about recognizing that you're already connected to infinite prosperity. They thought that scarcity is an illusion, created by limited thinking, while abundance is the natural state of the universe. When you align your consciousness with this truth during the receptive dream state, you stop fighting against natural prosperity flow and start working with it. These ancient practitioners also understood something that modern manifestation teachings often miss: the importance of service consciousness in abundance work. They knew that hoarding wealth creates energetic stagnation, while circulating prosperity creates exponential growth. This is why their abundance prayers always included elements of service and contribution. They programmed their minds not just to receive wealth, but to become worthy vessels for prosperity to flow through them to benefit others. The mountain masters developed intricate systems for working with dream consciousness, including specific breathing patterns, body positions, and mental techniques that enhance the programming process. They understood that the body's position affects energy flow, that breathing patterns influence brainwave states, and that specific mental approaches determine how deeply programming penetrates the subconscious mind. These weren't random rituals, but precise technologies for consciousness transformation. Perhaps most importantly, these ancient teachers understood that consistency creates compound effects in consciousness programming. So they didn't expect immediate results, but knew that daily practice would create inevitable transformation. They compared consciousness programming to growing a tree. You plant seeds consistently, provide proper conditions, and trust the natural growth process. Modern people often abandon practices after a few days or weeks, but the ancients understood that real transformation requires patience and persistence, understanding the 7 sacred words. The prayer I'm about to share contains 7 specific words arranged in a precise sequence that creates what ancient masters called the abundance frequency. Each word carries specific vibrational properties that, when combined correctly, align your consciousness with prosperity principles. But understanding these words goes far deeper than simply memorizing a phrase. Each word represents a fundamental shift in consciousness that must be fully embodied for the prayer to work. But before I reveal these words, you must understand that their power doesn't come from the words themselves. It comes from the consciousness you bring to them. These aren't magic words that work regardless of your inner state. They're consciousness keys that unlock abundance patterns already present in your subconscious mind. Think of them as tuning forks that help your consciousness resonate with the frequency of prosperity that already exists in the universe. The first word addresses your relationship with receiving. Most people have deep-seated resistance to receiving abundance because they've been programmed to believe that money is scarce or that wanting wealth is somehow wrong. This word begins dissolving those limiting beliefs and opens your receptivity channels. When you truly embody this first word, you shift from pushing for money to allowing money to flow toward you naturally. The energy changes from desperation to magnetic attraction. The second word activates gratitude consciousness, but not ordinary gratitude. This is gratitude for abundance that hasn't manifested yet. This pre-appreciation sends a clear signal to the universe that you're ready to receive, and it aligns your emotional frequency with prosperity vibration. Most people only feel grateful after they receive something. But true masters feel grateful in advance, knowing that gratitude itself is what creates the receiving. His word teaches you to live in appreciation for your inevitable abundance. The third word establishes your identity as someone who naturally attracts. Identity is everything in manifestation work. If you see yourself as someone who struggles financially, the universe will continue providing experiences that match that identity. This word begins shifting your core identity from scarcity to abundance. When you truly integrate this word, you stop trying to get money and start being someone money flows to naturally. Your actions, decisions, and energy all begin reflecting abundance consciousness. The fourth and fifth words create what masters call the receiving vessel. So, they establish you as a worthy channel for abundance to flow through. Many people unconsciously block money because they don't feel deserving. These words dissolve unworthiness patterns and establish you as a divine vessel for prosperity. Understanding these words means recognizing that you're not separate from abundance. Your unique expression of the universe's infinite creative potential. When you embody this truth, resistance to wealth dissolves automatically. The sixth word activates circulation consciousness. Abundance isn't about hoarding wealth. It's about becoming a clear channel for prosperity to flow through you to benefit yourself and others. This word ensures that the money you attract continues flowing and multiplying rather than stagnate. Masters understood that wealth held in fear creates scarcity, while wealth shared in love creates exponential abundance. This word programs your consciousness to be a generous receiver and giver, creating endless circulation of prosperity. The seventh word seals the prayer and sends it into the quantum field where manifestation occurs. This word contains the vibrational signature of completion and certainty, letting the universe know that you've made your request from a place of absolute faith. This isn't hoping or wishing. It's commanding with complete confidence that your abundance is already in motion. When you speak this final word with true certainty, you complete the energetic circuit that allows manifestation to occur. Together, these 7 words create a complete consciousness transformation program that addresses every major block to abundance while activating every necessary element for prosperity. They work synergistically with each word building on the previous ones to create an unstoppable momentum toward wealth. The sequence matters because consciousness transformation must happen in proper order. You can't activate circulation before establishing identity, and you can't establish worthiness before opening receptivity channels. The proper preparation ritual. Preparation is crucial for this prayer to work effectively. You can't just jump into bed and expect miracles. Your mind, body, and environment must be prepared to receive abundance programming. The masters understood that proper preparation multiplies the prayer's effectiveness by at least 10 times. Think of preparation as creating the perfect soil for seeds to grow. Without proper conditions, even the most powerful seeds will struggle to take root and flourish. First, your physical environment must be cleared of chaos and clutter. Clutter in your bedroom creates energetic stagnation that blocks abundance flow. Spend 5 minutes before bed clearing any items that don't belong. Making your bed properly and ensuring your space feels peaceful and organized. This external order helps create internal receptivity. When your physical space is chaotic, your mind mirrors the chaos, making it impossible to achieve the calm, focused state necessary for deep subconscious programming. Everything in your bedroom should have a purpose and a place. Remove clothes from chairs. Clear surfaces of unnecessary items and ensure pathways are free from obstacles. Your bedroom should feel like a sanctuary, not a storage room. The energy of your space directly impacts the quality of your conscious programming. Ancient masters understood that environments hold energetic imprints from the activities and emotions that occur within them. If your bedroom is associated with stress, worry, or chaos, those energetic patterns will interfere with abundance programming. By consistently maintaining order and cleanliness, you're creating what energy workers call a clean energetic field that supports transformation rather than hindering it. Next, your body needs to be relaxed and tension-free. Physical tension creates energetic blocks that prevent abundance consciousness from taking root in your subconscious. Spend a few minutes doing gentle stretches, focusing especially on your shoulders, neck, and jaw, where most people hold financial stress. Your body stores emotional patterns, and financial anxiety often manifests as physical tension in specific areas. The shoulders carry the weight of financial responsibility. The neck holds communication blocks around money conversations, and the jaw clenches with stress about scarcity and survival fears. Begin with gentle shoulder rolls, lifting your shoulders toward your ears and slowly rolling them backward, releasing the burden of financial worry with each move. Move to neck stretches, gently tilting your head from side to side, allowing the tension from difficult money conversations to dissolve. Pay special attention to your jaw. Many people grind their teeth or clench their jaw during sleep due to financial stress. And releasing this tension is crucial for effective programming. Your emotional state is perhaps most critical. You cannot effectively program abundance consciousness while feeling anxious, angry, or desperate about money. Take several deep breaths and consciously release any financial worries or frustrations from your day. If negative emotions persist, spend a few minutes journaling them out before proceeding. Emotional resistance is the biggest blocker of abundance programming. When you're in fear-based emotions about money, your energy frequency is completely misaligned with prosperity consciousness. The breath work should be intentional and focused. Breathe in slowly for 4 counts. Hold for 4 counts. Then exhale for 6 counts. This rhythm activates your parasympathetic nervous system, shifting you from stress response into receptivity. With each exhale, consciously release financial worries, money fears, and scarcity thoughts. With each inhale, draw in feelings of peace, trust, and abundance. Continue this breathing pattern until you feel genuinely calm and centered. Create what the masters called sacred space around your bed. This doesn't require elaborate rituals. Simply set the intention that your bedroom is a sanctuary for transformation. Some people light a single candle. Others play soft music. But the key is establishing that this time and space are dedicated to your highest good. Sacred space isn't about religious ceremony. It's about energetic intention. When you consciously dedicate your bedroom to positive transformation, you're programming the environment itself to support your abundance work. The process of creating sacred space begins with intent. Stand at the entrance of your bedroom and mentally declare that this space is dedicated to your highest good and financial transformation. You might say something simple like, this space is now consecrated for abundance and transformation. Walk around your room slowly, feeling gratitude for having this private sanctuary where you can work on improving your life. Notice how the energy feels different when you approach your bedroom with reverence rather than just habit. Finally, disconnect from all electronic devices at least 30 minutes before performing this prayer. Electromagnetic frequencies from phones, tablets, and televisions interfere with your brain's natural transition into theta. Your mind needs to be completely free from external stimulation to enter the proper receptive state. Electronic devices emit electromagnetic fields that disrupt your brain's natural electrical pattern. When your brain is trying to shift into theta frequency for optimal programming, these external electromagnetic signals create interference like trying to tune a radio station while standing next to a powerful transmitter. The theta-node electronics fast also serves another crucial purpose. It breaks the mental stimulation cycle that keeps your mind active and analytic. When you're scrolling social media, watching videos, or reading messages right before bed, your brain remains in active analytical mode rather than shifting into the receptive intuitive state necessary for subconscious programming. This transition time allows your mind to naturally slow down and become more receptive to positive programming. The perfect timing and positioning. Timing isn't just important for this prayer, it's absolutely critical. Perform it too early and your conscious mind will create resistance. Perform it too late and you'll fall asleep before the programming takes effect. There's a narrow window of optimal effectiveness that you must learn to recognize. This window is like catching a wave. Miss the timing and you lose the power. Master the timing and you harness incredible force for transformation. The ideal time is when you feel approximately 70% sleepy but can still maintain conscious awareness. This usually occurs 15 to 30 minutes after you lie down, depending on your individual sleep patterns. You'll know you've hit the right moment when your thoughts start becoming dreamlike, but you can still focus intentionally. Your internal dialogue becomes soft. Images start appearing spontaneously in your mind, and you feel that pleasant, drowsy feeling while still being able to direct your attention consciously. Learning to recognize this optimal timing window takes practice and body awareness. Everyone's sleep patterns are different, influenced by factors like age, stress levels, caffeine intake, and natural circadian rhythms. Spend a few nights simply observing your transition into sleep without trying to do the prayer. Notice how your consciousness changes as you become sleepy. Pay attention to the moment when your thinking shifts from logical analysis to more fluid, intuitive processing. This is your personal gateway into theta state. Your physical position also matters significantly. Lie on your back with your arms relaxed at your sides, palms facing upward in a receiving position. This posture opens your energy channels and signals to your subconscious that you're ready to receive abundance. Avoid lying on your side or stomach as these positions can create energetic blocks. The supine position with palms up is universally recognized across spiritual traditions as the optimal posture for receiving. Your body becomes like an antenna aligned to receive rather than resist incoming energy and progress. When you lie on your back, your spine naturally aligns, allowing energy to flow freely through your central nervous system. Your heart center opens, removing the protective posture that side sleeping creates. Your palms facing upward creates what energy workers call open circuits that allow abundance energy to flow into a system rather than being blocked by defensive body language. Even though you're unconscious of these body language signals, your subconscious mind reads them and responds accordingly. Keep your legs uncrossed and slightly apart. Crossed limbs create what ancient masters called closed circuits that prevent energy flow. Your entire body should feel open and receptive, like a vessel ready to be filled with abundance consciousness. When you cross your arms or legs, you're unconsciously creating barriers and defensive postures that signal resistance to your subconscious mind. Your body language speaks directly to your subconscious, and closed postures create closed energy patterns that block manifestation. Think of your body as an energetic vessel. When your limbs are crossed, it's like putting a lid on a container. Nothing can flow in or out effectively. When your body is open and relaxed, you become like a bowl that can be filled with abundance consciousness. This isn't just metaphor. Your nervous system actually functions differently in open versus closed postures, with open postures promoting receptivity and closed postures promoting protection and resistance. Some people find it helpful to place one hand on their heart and one on their solar plexus while whispering the prayer. These energy centers are directly connected to your relationship with receiving and personal power. Touching them gently while programming abundance consciousness can enhance the prayer's effectiveness. The heart center governs your capacity to receive love and abundance, while the solar plexus governs your personal power and ability to manifest in the physical world. Connecting with these energy centers while programming creates a direct line of communication with the aspects of yourself that control abundance flow. The heart center, located in the middle of your chest, is where you process emotions about worthiness and deserve. Many abundance blocks originate here in beliefs about whether you deserve prosperity. Placing your hand on your heart while programming sends signals of self-love and acceptance that dissolve worthiness issues. The solar plexus, located about 2 in above your navel, is your power center where confidence and manifestation energy originate. Touching this area while programming activates your personal power and strengthens your ability to manifest your desire. The room should be completely dark or as dark as possible. Light stimulates your brain to maintain waking consciousness, while darkness naturally encourages the theta state necessary for deep subconscious programming. If complete darkness isn't possible, use an eye mask to block all light sources. Light signals your brain to produce cortisol and reduce melatonin, keeping you alert and analytical rather than receptive and intuitive. Even small amounts of light from digital clocks, phone chargers, or street lights can interfere with your brain's natural transition into optimal programming states. Darkness isn't just about comfort. It's about brain chemistry. In complete darkness, your pineal gland produces maximum melatonin, which not only promotes sleep but also enhances the brain's receptivity to new programming. Darkness also reduces visual stimulation that keeps your analytical mind active. When your visual cortex isn't processing information, more brain resources are available for the deep programming work you're trying to accomplish. The 7 sacred words revealed. Now I'll share the 7 words that have transformed countless lives. But remember, their power comes from your consciousness, not the words themselves. These words must be whispered with absolute faith and gratitude, as if the abundance they represent is already flowing into your life. The moment has come to reveal what you've been waiting for. But understand that simply knowing these words isn't enough. You must approach them with the proper reverence and understanding, treating them not as a casual phrase, but as a sacred technology for consciousness transformation. The 7 sacred words are I receive abundance through love and service. At first glance, these might seem almost too simple, but their simplicity is precisely what makes them so powerful. Complex phrases engage your analytical mind, creating resistance and doubt. These 7 words bypass your critical thinking and speak directly to your subconscious mind in language it instinctively understands and accepts. Let me break down why these specific words create such powerful results. I establishes you as the receiver and activates your personal power. This isn't just a pronoun. It's a declaration of your sovereign right to abundance. When you say I, you're claiming your identity as someone worthy of prosperity. You're stepping into personal power and taking responsibility for your abundance rather than hoping someone else will give it to you. This word awakens the part of you that knows you deserve unlimited prosperity simply because you exist. Receive opens your consciousness to abundance flow and dissolves resistance patterns. Most people are better at giving than receiving, creating unconscious blocks to abundance. This word reprograms your consciousness to become a gracious receiver. It shifts you from pushing for money to allowing money to flow toward you naturally. When you truly embody receiving consciousness, you stop chasing abundance and start magnetically attracting it. You become like a receiving station that naturally draws prosperity from all directions. Abundance specifically programs your mind to recognize and attract unlimited prosperity. This word carries the vibrational frequency of limitless supply. When you whisper abundance, you're programming your subconscious to expect unlimited good rather than just enough to get by. Your mind begins shifting from scarcity programming to abundance programming. You start noticing opportunities for wealth that were always present but invisible to your scarcity-focused consciousness. The word abundance literally rewires your perception to see plenty instead of lack through, indicates that you're a channel for wealth rather than trying to hoard it, which eliminates scarcity consciousness. This word is crucial because it removes the desperation and grasping that blocks abundance flow. When you see yourself as a channel rather than a container, you eliminate the fear of not having enough. Channels don't worry about supply running out because they know they're connected to an unlimited source. This word transforms you from someone trying to get money to someone money flows through naturally. Love aligns your abundance intention with the highest vibrational frequency in the universe. Money attracted through fear, desperation, or manipulation creates problems and doesn't last. But abundance attracted through love creates sustainable prosperity that benefits everyone involved. This word ensures that your wealth comes from alignment with universal harmony rather than from struggle or competition. Love is the highest frequency in creation. And when you align your abundance intention with love, you tap into unlimited creative power and creates energetic connection and flow between the concepts. This simple word links love and service, ensuring they work together rather than separately. It creates continuity and flow in your abundance programming, connecting your receiving with your giving. The word and prevents your mind from separating these concepts, ensuring your abundance consciousness includes both receiving prosperity and sharing it generously. Service ensures that your prosperity serves not just yourself, but contributes to the greater good. This word is what makes the prayer truly powerful and ensures lasting abundance. When your wealth serves others, the universe supports your prosperity because it benefits the whole. Selfish abundance eventually creates problems. Service-oriented abundance is a concept that shifts the entire foundation of how we think about wealth, prosperity, and success. Most people are taught to chase money for personal comfort or status, yet this mindset often leads to stress, competition, and scarcity thinking. But when abundance is rooted in service, when your primary focus is how you can help, uplift, and add value to others, it takes on a completely different energy. Instead of simply gathering wealth to store for yourself, you see it as a river flowing through you, constantly replenishing as you give. And that is where exponential growth begins, not just in finances, but in opportunities, relationships, and the sense of fulfillment you feel deep within. This is why the words you speak to yourself matter. Words are not just sounds, they are programs for your consciousness. When you repeat certain phrases, especially in a calm, receptive, and meditative state, You're not simply talking, you're planting seeds in the most fertile soil of your mind, your subconscious. The 7 words tied to service-oriented abundance carry a frequency that aligns with prosperity itself. Whisper them with intention, and you create a vibrational match between your inner world and the reality you desire to experience. Here is what begins to happen on a deeper level. Your subconscious mind, which governs most of your thoughts and behaviors, starts resonating with the idea of abundance as your natural state. Instead of seeing lack, you start noticing possibilities. Instead of feeling fearful about money, you begin feeling grateful for the wealth that is already on its way. This internal shift naturally reprograms your reticular activating system, the part of your brain responsible for filtering information. Normally, the RAS deletes most of the information around you, only showing you what it thinks is important based on your current beliefs. If you believe in scarcity, it shows you problems, bills, and obstacles. But the moment you begin programming it with thoughts of abundance, generosity, and service, it starts showing you opportunities, ideas, and solutions you may have ignored before. Each of the 7 words acts like a stepping stone building upon the last. The first one opens the door, preparing your mind. The next ones expand your awareness, reshaping your beliefs about wealth and contribution. By the time you speak the 7th word, your entire consciousness has shifted from fear and limitation to trust and expansion. The result is not only financial growth, but also spiritual fulfillment. You feel connected to a larger purpose because your wealth is no longer just about you. It becomes a tool for good. And as you give more, serve more, and contribute more, the universe responds with even greater abundance, creating a cycle of prosperity that never stops growing.